Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan, and today I'm going to be doing our weekly Goosebumps book haul for R.L. Stine Goosebumps books. And this week we have a lot of books. We have over 10, I think it's about 12 or 14, something like that. I just briefly counted and then I forgot what the number was, but I know it was at least over 10. Of course I got my bonus this past week, not like this Friday, but like the Friday before last, so I ordered a lot of stuff. And I was pretty excited about that too. I finished up a couple of series. I still have one book left in the mail for the original Goosebumps 62 Classic book series, and I hope it gets here sometime soon so I can talk about that. But anyway, yeah, we got some cool stuff to talk about this week. I'm very excited to finally kind of round out a lot of these. I've almost bought everything that I need for Goosebumps as my collection, and then what to read and review here on the channel as well over time. This is so exciting to me that we have so many to talk about this week, and we're probably going to have a lot to talk about next week depending on how fast a bunch of the other orders came. I think I ordered like 17 books, like $5 a piece, so it was pretty good, man. Yeah, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good deals going on Amazon currently, so it was pretty interesting what happened. But anyway, the first book that we're going to be talking about this week was a brand new release from this week. I talked about this last week and tried to notify you guys that it was coming out. Of course, this particular book is part of the Slappy World series. It's Goosebumps Slappy World book number 9, Revenge of the Invisible Boy, which was the title of the little, I guess it was the original sequel for Goosebumps, the 2015 film, because at the end of the film, Invisible Boy was inside of the little trophy case thing, and he was writing that title on the next Goosebumps script or book or whatever on R.L. Stine's magic typewriter. Pretty cool idea. I'm curious about what this book could be like. I don't think I've read the book that the Invisible Boy was in. I think it's called My Best Friend is Invisible, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I'm really curious about whether this is going to be good. I really like, and I have to say this, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I really love these Slappy World book covers. They're not scary per se, but they're just cool. They remind me of a more modern version of the original classic Goosebumps book covers that Tim Jacobus used to do. So I really like these. I think my favorite probably is either Ghost of Slappy, like cover-wise. I haven't read the books yet, but Ghost of Slappy or The Dummy Meets the Mummy, one of those two are probably my favorites of the covers that I've seen so far. And I own all the Slappy World books right now, so that's pretty cool. I actually went on this big thing, man, that when I went to Barnes & Noble today to finally get a copy, yeah, it pretty much took me a whole week, by the way, to get a copy of it finally. It came out on like Tuesday. But I went into Barnes & Noble today before I had to go out and do some stuff too, to run some errands. And I talked to 2 different employees that had to take a really long time to try to find this. And I thought it was kind of funny because they were trying so hard, and I looked all over the place before I found these folks. And thank God they finally found it tucked away on like one of the carts in the building. So that was pretty cool. But anyway, thankful to them if they happen to be watching this for whatever reason. I doubt it, but if you are, thank you. Anyway, this is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 5, Night in Werewolf Woods. I really like this purple and blue color scheme. I think it looks really cool. The cover art could be better, but it's fine. You know, it's Give Yourself Goosebumps. I really like Give Yourself Goosebumps. I've gotten a lot of these with this recent bonus that I got at work. So I'm really stoked for some Give Yourself Goosebumps. These are so much fun. I don't know why nobody talks about those as much as I typically try to. The next book is one that I've been kind of looking for a while. I've been kind of eyeballing it. I just never ended up grabbing it up and paying for it immediately. You know, I just wasn't in a big rush. This is kind of common to come by. Pretty much all of these are now common reads that I'm buying now to put up on the channel to talk about. This one is Goosebumps Series 2000, number 24, Earth Geeks Must Go. Book number 25, of course, after this is Ghost in the Mirror? Yeah, Ghost in the Mirror, so that's the last book. This is the next to last of the Series 2000 books. And this looks like it's going to be straight up like a sci-fi book and not like a horror book from what I can tell of it. But I think it's kind of cool how the kids' eyes are like a different color. You know, it's kind of neat. Kind of neat. I love the old art for the old Goosebumps books. They look so good. My fiance feels the same way about Nancy Drew. She's a big Nancy Drew person. She feels the same way about the cover. She prefers the old covers from like way back in the day. Anyway, the next book I have is a Give Yourself Goosebumps book. It's number 13, Scream of the Evil Genie. It kind of looks to me like there's like a soda can down here that this thing is coming out of. So I'm like, is this going to be kind of like a jokester play on Aladdin a little bit? I don't know. I'm curious about it. It might be, it might not be. It doesn't really matter, but it could be cool. What if there was a Disney parody within Goosebumps, not Slappy? Yeah, Give Yourself Goosebumps. Oh, and by the way, we just talked about this book. This is My Best Friend is Invisible, which is book number 57 of the Goosebumps Classic Series. 62 books, man. This is a really clean-cut looking cover. You know, at first I thought maybe it was just a bootleg, but it's not. I think this is a legitimate original copy from the original series that came out back in those days, towards the end of the original Goosebumps line. It's in great condition. I have a little bit of a fold on the back, but the cover is spotless. There's not a mark or anything on it. Same thing with the spine, aside from the Thrift Books sticker. But yeah, I like that cover, by the way, too. It's pretty cool. The next book is another Give Yourself Goosebumps book. This is number 24, Lost in Stink Eye Swamp. This one's a little ragged, of course, as you can tell right there. I thought originally that was just like wrapping paper or something that got stuck on there in those places, and then down here at the bottom. They're not. The cover's literally torn. Not like torn where you can bend it back and forth, but like somebody accidentally took the paint off, I think. Or the sticker, picture, whatever the cover is, or made of. It's not in great condition. Doesn't really matter to me. I just want a copy of the book that's readable, and then I can have fun reading myself. So that's pretty cool. We have Goosebumps, or Give Yourself Goosebumps by R.L. Stine, number 23, Zapped in Space. I don't know anything about this. I'm kind of digging the idea of more, not so much reality-based and horror-based Goosebumps, but maybe some sci-fi stuff. So this could be kind of up that alley. It would be really neat to have kind of X-Files references. I've been rewatching a little bit of X-Files here lately on Amazon Prime, because they have it free to watch right now, like all 9 seasons of it. And, man, I forgot how good X-Files was. It was a really good show. So much enjoyability to that show, and so much rewatchability too, even though it came out in the 90s. I think the episode I watched the other night that I really got into was about the Jersey Devil. It's one of the first season's episodes, like one of the first 3 or 4 episodes of the show. And I had a really good time watching that. That was really fun. It was so well done. I love the X-Files. You couldn't pass up on things like Twilight Zone and X-Files and Tales from the Dark Side, Tales from the Crypt, all those really good old shows. They're so good, and people never talk about them. Same thing with Goosebumps as a TV show and a book series. Now this book is in fantastic condition. This is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 21, The Twisted Tale of Tiki Island. This is kind of on my list of ones that I'm not really excited for, but it is Give Yourself Goosebumps, so I do have some hope for some really cool creative stuff that I didn't know was going to happen. It still has that sparkly holographic stuff that I like so much, so that's pretty cool. The cover's kind of lame. It's just an octopus in an ocean holding a fish right there. I don't know, sometimes the art for Give Yourself Goosebumps is not all that impressive. Then there's the ones like Give Yourself Goosebumps Secret Agent Grandma that is cool, it looks cool, and it sounds kind of cool even, the premise of it, and yet the cover's not all that great. This particular one I've already read and reviewed here on the channel, but I read it on digital, and I hated reading on digital for the Give Yourself Goosebumps series. So I went ahead and I essentially just bought the book, physical copy, so I can have it on my shelf, and I really liked this book. I gave it a really good rating when I reviewed it. I don't remember what I gave it. I think it was like a 4 out of 5 or a 5 out of 5. But it was Give Yourself Goosebumps number 2, TikTok, You're Dead. One of my favorite Give Yourself Goosebumps covers. Just really cool kid hanging on to the, I guess, sort of mustache face of the clock. This had so much time travel to it and stuff. It was a really fun idea. For time travel itself to be so overdone in media, whether it be in movies, books, TV shows, all that stuff. I hate time travel now. I'm to the point that the only thing that's done it recently that I was able to tolerate and have a good time with was Avengers Endgame, right? And yet this was really refreshing to read something different that utilized time travel in a really cool, fun way. Kind of typically so, but the execution was really what made it on the nose and great. So I recommend it alone for that. TikTok, You're Dead was a really good book. This book right here is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 4, and this is The Deadly Experiments of Dr. Eek. I guess the way the monkey is wearing a lab coat, I'm assuming the doctor turns himself into a monkey at some point. I don't know, it's not one of the best Goosebumps covers, frankly. I feel like this is the era of getting lazy with Goosebumps covers. After the 62 original classics, this was coming out during that time, so I don't know. I'm not really super impressed with that cover art. I don't know who did the cover. I don't know if it was Tim Jacobus or somebody else, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of the cover itself. Does it say anywhere on here who did that? As far as I can tell, it does not tell who did that, but yeah, not super impressed with the cover art, honestly. But the book could be good. The book could be really good. I've had some really ugly covers on Goosebumps books that have been fantastic. Really dumb ones that had nothing to do with the story, too, like Frankenstein's Dog, which is one of my favorites. Or something like Son of Slappy, which was kind of a decent, okay book. and then it had a stupid cover that doesn't really explain anything about the book. Anyway, this book is one of the last classic Goosebumps books I needed, and I'm really thankful I have it. Surprisingly, this is one of the most common that people find a lot of the time on the internet and everywhere else. This is number 13, Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. I have heard constantly from people that this is one of the worst books ever written, like for Goosebumps, that it's just stupid. I've heard Zach Baby TV say that. I've heard so many people tell me that. I've never seen the TV episode as far as I know. I think I know a couple of things about it from what I've seen clips online on YouTube and stuff people use on their reviews for it. But I don't think I've seen the episode myself. And then this book itself, I know for sure I haven't read because I had no interest. This is one of those books I always classify to you guys that when I saw this when I was a kid at the library, I was just like, I don't care about reading that. I'd rather read a Slappy book or a Haunted Mask book or something. But that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for all the noise in the background too, by the way. Everybody always talks so loud at my house. That's why I record at night. It's one of the reasons. I love my family, but Jesus. Anyway, Give Yourself Goosebumps is the next book, of course. This is number 18, Attack of the Beastly Babysitter. I don't know what this could be about. Honestly, I don't really know, aside from the Beastly Babysitter part. I'm not really sure with the cover and stuff, what I think of it. I don't know. Again, kind of a lazy cover. But it could be good. It could be good. I have a lot of optimism when it comes to Goosebumps books in general, but also Give Yourself Goosebumps, because they typically, like I said, are very creative and very well done. This one I'm actually very intrigued to read. I don't know anything about it, but the cover itself has me interested enough to be like, what is this going to be like? This could be very different and very unique. I don't know how unique, but it could be. This is Goosebumps Series 2000, number 20, Be Afraid. Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid, which is a stupid cover title thing, because it has the little dash, and now I have to figure out how I'm going to put that in the book reviews title on my channel whenever I get around to reading it and reviewing it. All I saw when I looked at this book a long time ago, I saw that it was common, so I was like, okay, I'm going to wait off for a while now until I get around to picking it up. But I saw that there's a dragon, and I saw a public, like, suburbs house. And I was like, is this like a dragon in modern day? Like, this could be kind of cool. What could this be like? So I'm really curious to see what this is going to be like. And for any of these books that you have any kind of interest in or you've read or anything, please let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the covers and the books themselves. Just don't spoil anything. Please do not spoil anything, because I don't want to be spoiled. I love books. I love going into books not knowing what I'm going to get, especially with Goosebumps, because it could always be a really big surprise that I don't know I'm going to get. I've had this kind of situation over and over again. I had a lot of people tell me that Frankenstein's Dog was a horrible book, and one particular commenter told me that too. And I read it and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a fantastic love letter to Boris Karloff's film, or films, because he did multiple. But the Universal movies in general, it had such a love for those and for the Mary Shelley book. It was just really cool. I really like that book a lot, and I recommend it tremendously. I actually love it. I don't think I just like it. I love it. This is the last book of the collection that I got for this week. I thought maybe more was going to come today, and surprisingly, I saw the mailman come up my street. He delivered a couple of packages into some mailboxes, and then he pulled into somebody's driveway, backed out, and left my neighborhood. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm not getting any mail today. So there might be stuff that comes today that I don't know. If there's another mailman floating around, maybe that guy was just a floater himself that just kind of popped through and just, or I don't know, maybe he was running late and he just decided to pretend like we weren't home or we didn't have room in our mailbox or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I think there was supposed to be more. Amazon's acting real weird, by the way. I have an app for Amazon, of course, like most people, and I want to know if anybody else is having problems with this, whether it be ordering Goosebumps books or anything else. My fiance's not having any problems. I called Amazon a couple of times now to talk about this, but it'll tell me that, especially with this big order that I had for this coming week where I bought like 17 books and stuff for my bonus, it's saying that like a bunch of books got delivered on one day, and it didn't. You know, there was like 8 missing, and I was like, what? And then like the next day, a whole big bundle showed up together that I've shown you throughout this video. And it's still saying that a bunch of books had already been delivered, and I'm like, no, they haven't. I know they haven't. So I'm kind of trying to be patient, trying to see if they ever come, if it's just the Amazon app glitching out that these things actually aren't even on the way yet. Maybe they're not shipped yet. Maybe Amazon is just claiming that because the app is glitched out. This is the second type of glitch I've had to deal with in like 3 weeks now. And like I said, I called Amazon the first time I talked to them. When the first glitch happened, they said that they could tell me the process of when a certain book was coming. It was actually Beware the Purple Peanut Butter that I was dealing with that whole issue with, because it said it was already coming, but then it said like it just like vanished off my orders list, right? But now it showed up again once the book got here and got delivered and everything. But I have books now that are saying they're already delivered and they're not here yet. So I'm kind of just giving some patient time to be like, yeah, maybe it's just a glitch, maybe they're still on the way. If I don't see anything by like Tuesday of next week, I'm going to call again and tell them like, hey, I think something's wrong. Probably check in with Amazon again. But anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that, because I have stuff that, like I said, there's supposed to be like one book left for me to have all of the original classic 62 book series, and that would be My Hairiest Adventure. And I'm still waiting on that. Still hoping that it gets here at some point. I think that's the last one I need. I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty confident. I think the other two were in this collection here. Let's see, Piano Lessons, Can Be Murder, and was there another one that I got in here? Yeah, My Best Friend is Invisible. So yeah, that would be the last one that I need to get. So hopefully my Hairiest Adventure will be here next week and I can talk about that and we can have like a little, some kind of celebration about that or something. I've had people in the past too, before I show you the last book, I'm going to tell you one more thing. I've had people too tell me I should do a book collection video for Goosebumps. I've thought about it, and originally I was going to do it from when I hit the 100 subscriber mark. And I've kind of thought about this, and I was like, you know, I feel like maybe I shouldn't go there. Maybe I should just wait until I get everything in total and then do a collection to show you all this stuff. But even on top of that, I can't figure out the formatting of how I want to do this. Like, for example, do I want to sit on camera like I'm doing right now and show you one book at a time, or do I just want to show it to you on the shelves? When I show it to you on the shelves, would I want to pull them out and show you the covers, or would I just want to just leave them as they are and just show you the spines and comment on every other one every once in a while? Give like a small summary or a review or whatever. I don't know what I want to do for that. So if you have some recommendations for that, let me know down below too. Getting a phone call apparently. Anyway, the last book of the collection this week that I got was another Give Yourself Goosebumps book. I'm actually really intrigued to read this and see what it's going to be like. This is Give Yourself Goosebumps number 7, Under the Magician's Spell. I didn't think anything about a Give Yourself Goosebumps book. I know there's things like Bad Hair Day that are obviously magician stories, but I'd never thought of a magician type story involving Give Yourself Goosebumps, where you're having to choose your own adventure and stuff. This could be really cool. This could be a really, really cool read that I really want to know what it's going to be like. So I'm excited for all these things. What are your thoughts on all these books down below that I just showed you? Put your thoughts down below is what I actually meant in the comments section. But do you have a favorite out of all of these? Is one of your favorites or your very, very favorite? Is that anywhere in this selection? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Like I said, I'm really excited to have all of these things coming in. I believe that I currently have all of the Series 2000 books as of this video. I could be wrong, but I think that that's the case. I think I have all of them now. All 25 of that series. There might be more coming, but I don't know. I don't think there is. But we have a lot of stuff coming, a lot of Give Yourself Goosebumps coming. I think in total, when I counted out the other day, I think I have about 19 books left to get. I don't know if I mentioned that yet in this video, but I have about 19 books, I think, left to get. My birthday is coming up next month, like a week after Halloween, pretty much. So I'm really excited for that. I'm hoping that I can try to either round out and get them all then, you know, for my mom, my grandfather, my fiance, all of those folks. But I'm just excited in general to talk about Goosebumps. I just love it. I love the fact that these books are so much cheaper to find a lot of the time now, depending on how rare they are. Most of them are pretty cheap, pretty common, that are like $5, sometimes less than that. I'm very thankful for that. I'm very blessed to have that. But anyway, what are your thoughts on all this stuff, guys? Put your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys today. Did you get your copy of Invisible Boy this week? I'd love to know that down below, too. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and goodbye.